Hey, I'm Big John.
And I'm Zach.
And I'm Big John's dad, and Zach's dad too, and we're coming to you from the Catahoula Hills at the Big John Outdoors headquarters in Harrisonburg, Louisiana. And we just wanted to take today to give you a little bit of history, kind of give you a video tour and the history of this old cabin up here. We bought it in 1991, so it's been in our family ever since then. And we almost tore this old cabin down. It was in such bad shape. But kind of a last minute decision, we decided to salvage it. And we started trying to put it back together and made a hunting camp out of it. So it's quite a historic place. And you'll see that as we go inside in just a minute. Let's go look around a little bit.
This cabin is amazing.
The way that it's built is what's amazing. You'll notice that it's board and batten. It's just pine boards, vertical pine boards with batten over the cracks. There are no studs in the walls. The back side of these boards is the interior wall. And so there are no studs. It's just the vertical boards that are supporting the sides of the cabin. Before we go inside, I just want to give you a quick view of the double fireplace. This is an old double fireplace. It opens to the inside of the house and also to the outside. We've just done a lot of repair on it and the porch. The old foundation of this house was made up of the blocks were sandstone rocks. A lot of the beams, well, most all the beams and the floor joists are just trees with flat sides cut on them. And we've had to replace some of that though because they've gotten in such bad shape over the years. So we've done, in the last couple of weeks, we've done a lot of foundation work on the house. We've repaired the old chimney. The mortar was just pouring out from between the bricks, and so we had to go in and replace some of that old mortar. Let's go inside. Yeah. So y'all ready? Come on in. So one of the first things you notice on the inside of the house is this old log wall. And boy, if walls could talk, don't you know this old wall could tell a lot of stories. When I walked into this old house for the first time, there were no windows and no doors on it at all. The leaves were about 8 to 10 inches deep on the floor. We started tearing rotten pieces of wood out, and when we tore a couple of boards off of this wall, we realized that there were logs behind it. And so we tore all the boards off of it, and we're just absolutely amazed to find an intact log wall behind it. But you can see that it even has some of the original chinking in between the logs. Evidently, the original house on this hill was a log cabin, probably dating back to the 1800s, may even date back to the Civil War period, I don't know. The old log cabin either burned or rotted down or whatever happened to it, but instead of tearing down this wall too, they salvaged it, maybe because it's the wall that had the chimney in it. They salvaged that wall and encased it with pine boards. And when we tore the boards off the inside, of course, it exposed the wall. But you can see here's the old fireplace also. The inside of the fireplace that we showed you the outside of just a minute ago. This old fireplace is amazing because you can see that this side of the fireplace used to be a cooking fireplace.
A lot of times, I'd stand right here when it is cold and with a cup of hot chocolate.
With a cup of hot chocolate.
With him.
I was going to show you this old two-man crosscut saw right here. I actually found this saw when I was squirrel hunting across the gravel road here, probably about 20 years ago, not long after we got this place. And it was broken just like you see it, but it was lying perfectly in line, which tells me that it was in one piece when it was put on the ground. But then over time, I don't know if a cow stepped on it during a cold morning or something and broke it, but it was broken in 3 pieces like this, but it was lying perfectly straight in line. As you can see here, this is the inside of the vertical board wall. And so The other side of this board is the exterior wall.
It's all the fishing stuff.
All the fishing stuff.
Tackle box, fishing poles.
This is a separate part of the house that we actually added on. We tore down an old Cypress shotgun house over in Catahoula Parish years ago and built this addition on. This was just a window. So this was the only room that existed when we first bought the place. We converted this window into a door and added on this section back here, and we just got a little kitchen and kind of a living area and a bathroom back in this part right here. Tell them what your favorite part about this place is.
Well, this time with him and
Spend time with your grandpa, who's behind the camera. How many nights have you spent in this old cabin?
Many a times.
Many a times. Yep, and hopefully many, many more.
Yeah.
Now this little baby, it was made back in the 1700s. It's almost like having a fan blowing over a block of ice. Of course, it's one of the main historic features of the house.